Yo, what is good, YouTube? Krishan checking back in with another video. With the first half of the Arnold Classic being over, guys, we definitely have a lot to talk about. But I actually wanted to do a comparison of William Bonac from the 2021 Mr. Olympia versus this 2022 Arnold Classic. William honestly shocked me, and William Bonac and Justin Rodriguez probably shocked me the most. They both brought incredible packages, and admittedly I had Bonac placing second in my predictions, but I honestly did not expect him to show up this good here, guys. And taking a look at this front relaxed pose, you guys can instantly see, even in the face, William looks better. His waist looks a lot tighter. His legs are, of course, brought up, especially his quad sweeps, guys. Look at the outer sweep. Now, his right leg to our left still looks like he may still has a little issues with it, but definitely incredibly improved, guys. And he looks statuesque in his pose. Night and day difference. Looks almost like a completely different bodybuilder. And if you guys didn't know, William was doing his own dieting and protocols before the Mr. Olympia competition. And taking a look at the front double bicep, guys, if you take a look at the left, William actually has a gap between his legs, which I'm sure would have a lot of people worried because William Bonac has some of the best wheels of all time probably, and he has a gap in his legs, which is very unlike William. But if you guys can see here, he's definitely put a lot of size back on the legs. His quads are still striated. His waist is tighter and even looks like he brought his upper body up a little bit. Now, I have seen some people mentioning the gyno, but I honestly didn't even see it until it was mentioned. So may not be too big of a deal from William Bonac, but the changes that he has made since the Mr. Olympia with Chad Nichols is crazy. And taking a look at the front lat spread, you can almost see a gap between his legs at the 2021 Mr. Olympia. Is close to being a gap, but the way that he's posing, legs look decent. But as you can see to the right, guys, a lot more mass. Upper body, chest, delts, arms, even the calves look better, guys. Honestly, everything looks improved. Now, this isn't one of Williams' best shots. Looks like his lats may be flaring out a little more here at the Arnold Classic, but he definitely finds a way to make it look decent. And next, we're going to take a look at the side chest pose. And oh my God, look at the leg difference, guys. Like, it's like he almost doubled the size of his legs, even the glutes too. And the upper body looks pretty similar. Honestly, his chest may look a little bit better at the Mr. Olympia competition, guys. But he is posing his side chest a little outward more here at the Arnold Classic. So maybe if he held it a little tighter. But this also makes him look a little wider, but his chest doesn't compress as much. But I still believe his chest was more pumped at the Olympia, guys. Look at his chest. It's bursting full. William definitely probably was a little bit too full at the Mr. Olympia competition. Now, taking a look at the back shots, guys, and look at this. Incredible. I have no idea what William Bonac did to his back. At the Mr. Olympia, it looks like he wasn't opening up all the way, and he was at a weird angle. May have been a little bit too full, guys. But here at the Arnold Classic, William Bonac is dry, and this may be the best back double bicep in their lineup. Now, William back still isn't 100% back to where it was, but it definitely looks a lot better than the back that he had at the Mr. Olympia. And I was waiting for William to turn around to see their back, because if the back is on, then William is probably going to be on. And taking a look at the rear lat spread, honestly, guys, he looked pretty good at the Mr. Olympia in this pose. One thing I can notice, his traps look a little better at the Mr. Olympia, but if you look very closely at the Arnold Classic version, look at his rear delts, look around the teres muscles, you can definitely see a lot more detail. At the Arnold Classic, I don't believe William was all the way into this pose, or I do believe this may be a slightly tilted angle. But this was definitely a great pose from the Mr. Olympia as well. So these two are actually very close with a little more detail in the Arnold Classic. William Bonac is back, guys. Look at this side tricep. William is back. And he was actually saying in an interview, I believe it was on MD before the Arnold Classic, he said people are counting him out, and William Bonac said he hasn't even reached his peak yet. And seeing him at this Arnold Classic, it may be possible. William Bonac can still get better. If he improved this much in this little time from the Mr. Olympia, imagine what Chad is going to do with some actual time with him. But this side tricep from the Arnold is the best on stage, in my opinion. And we are going to take a look at the ab and thigh for a second, even though this is never a good pose for William. But if you guys look closely, his midsection does look a little tighter at the Arnold. His legs also look bigger at the Arnold Classic, especially the quad in the front. The quads are still striated. If you look very closely, his back arm also seems to be a little bigger. Just to the natural person, you wouldn't be able to point out these things, but to the bodybuilding eye, we can definitely see these little changes. So he's improved even in the ab and thigh. And if we take a look at this most muscular shot, guys, look at the leg thickness. He almost has a gap in his legs at the Mr. Olympia. Look at the level of dryness. Look at the delts. Look at the arms. Now, William's chest definitely looked better at the Mr. Olympia. So hopefully when William comes back tonight for the show, he can pump up his chest a little more, because honestly, with a little more chest, I believe that will solidify him winning the side chest pose, which he's still kind of battling for, because his chest is just not the best right now. Everything else he's winning, but the actual chest, I think Brandon Curry and, you know, guys like Steve Kuklo may have an edge on him. But if William is able to pump up his chest a little more, I believe that will solidify him winning that side chest. And if you guys are wondering why I'm going on about William winning the side chest and that being so important, is because Brandon Curry is a guy that is very hard to beat in both front shots. And I doubt William could beat him in the front double or the front leg. Maybe the front double, possibly the way that Brandon is looking at this show. And also, William Bonac isn't going to be a guy to beat Brandon Curry in the ab and thigh. So William has to get both of those side shots and both of those back shots to win. And William honestly looks incredible, but with that pose being called the side chest and him having one of the weakest chests out of the four, may be hard to give him the nod in this shot. But overall, guys, William is crazy improved. William is a lot drier. And there are a lot of people that were counting Bonac out before this show. People didn't even have Bonac in the top 6. A former runner-up at the Mr. Olympia and a 2-time Arnold Classic champion. But everyone that was talking down on Bonac definitely has to put their foot in their mouth, because Bonac is a serious threat to win this show. And right now, I do have him winning this show. Now, Brandon actually looks better in the pictures than he did in the live stream. I know I said for a lot of these other guys, especially in Classic, you just had to watch the live stream. But Brandon looks better in pictures. Brandon looked off on the live stream, but from pictures, he actually looks a bit improved. His upper body may be down some, but if you guys haven't seen, go over to Mark's Max Muscles channel, and he actually already put out a video on Brandon Curry from the Mr. Olympia versus now. So check that out after you guys watch this video. I hope you guys did indeed enjoy this video, man. Do you guys have William Bonac winning the Arnold Classic and getting his 3rd title, or will Brandon Curry win? Like, sub to the channel. If you'd like to support anything I'm associated with, is in the comment section below. I'm out.